The year 1942. World War II. A ship is hit by a torpedo. It sinks in 2 minutes. 55 men on board. Only one survives. He finds a small raft, 8 feet by 8 feet, in the middle of the South Atlantic Ocean. No food, no water, no help.
133 days. Alone. And one day, a shark came for him. He caught it with his bare hands. This is Poon Lim's true story. And your English practice. Let's begin.
Poon Lim was born in 1918 on Hainan Island in China. He grew up near the ocean. He learned to fish as a child. He was not afraid of the sea. When he was 16, his father made a difficult decision. Japan was taking over China. Many young men were dying in the war. His father sent him away to be safe. Poon Lim went to work on a ship. First as a cabin boy, then as a steward. A steward takes care of passengers and crew.
By 1942, he was 25 years old. World War II was happening everywhere. He was working on a British merchant ship, the SS Ben Lomond. The ship was carrying supplies, sailing from Cape Town, South Africa, to Suriname in South America. It was a dangerous time to sail the Atlantic. German submarines were hunting ships. But the Ben Lomond sailed on.
November 23rd, 1942. Poon Lim was in his cabin. Then he heard a terrible sound. Boom! A German submarine had fired 2 torpedoes. Both hit the Ben Lomond. The ship began to sink. Fast, very fast. Poon Lim ran for the lifeboats, but there was no time. A huge force threw him into the ocean. The ship disappeared beneath the waves. In just 2 minutes, Poon Lim was in the water. Cold. Alone. Surrounded by debris. He held on to a piece of wood. He looked around. He could see no other survivors. Just ocean. Smoke from the sunken ship. And silence. He swam for 2 hours. His arms aching. His legs tired. Then he saw something. A small wooden raft, floating nearby. He swam to it. He pulled himself up. He lay there breathing hard. He was alive, but completely alone. In the middle of the South Atlantic Ocean. The raft was small, 8 feet by 8 feet, about the size of a small bathroom. On the raft, he found some supplies, a small amount of water, some biscuits, a little chocolate, some pemmican, that is dried meat, malted milk tablets, a flashlight, a rope. It was not much, but it was something. Poon Lim looked at his supplies. He knew they would not last long. He was a practical man. He did not panic. He thought carefully. He needed 3 things to survive: water, food, a signal for rescue. He started with water. He used the canvas from the raft to collect rainwater when it rained. He started fishing. He bent a spring from the flashlight into a fishing hook. He used rope from the raft as a fishing line. He caught fish. He cut the fish open with a knife he made from a biscuit tin lid. He hung the fish in the sun to dry. Dried fish can last for days. Every day he set signals. He waved his shirt at passing ships. He used the flashlight at night. But no one stopped.
Weeks passed, then months. One day, a big storm came. The storm destroyed his fish supply. It fouled his water. Poon Lim was very weak, almost unconscious. He looked up. Birds were flying overhead. An idea came to him. He used a small piece of fish as bait. He waited, very still, very patient. A bird landed on the raft. Fast! He grabbed it. He drank the bird's blood. It had water in it, enough to survive. He ate the bird's meat, and he used the rest of the bird as bait for something bigger.
The bird's blood attracted sharks, dark shapes in the water, circling the raft. Most people would be terrified. Poon Lim was not. He saw an opportunity. He made his fishing line stronger. He braided it double. He wrapped his hands in canvas for protection and grip. He used the bird remains as bait. He threw the line into the water. A small shark took the bait. Poon Lim pulled hard. The shark came up onto the raft. It fought back. It bit. It thrashed. Poon Lim grabbed his water jug. He beat the shark with it, again and again, until the shark stopped moving. Then he did something extreme. He cut the shark open and drank its blood. He was so thirsty. The blood gave him water. He sliced the shark fins. He dried them in the sun. Shark fin is a delicacy in his home region. Even on a raft in the Atlantic, he ate like home. Poon Lim saw ships. He saw planes. 3 times, rescue seemed very close. The first time, a freighter passed near him. The crew saw him. They looked at him. But the ship did not stop. It sailed away. Poon Lim watched it go. He felt the loneliest feeling of his life. The second time, American Navy planes flew over. They circled his raft. He waved, he shouted, he jumped. The planes flew away. The third time, a German submarine surfaced nearby. The German sailors looked at him. They chose to leave him. They did not help. But they did not hurt him either. Poon Lim believed that because he was Chinese, people did not help him. The world was at war. Trust was rare. But he never gave up. Every day he exercised on the raft. He swam in circles around it twice a day, always watching for sharks, always keeping his strength. He had to stay alive. Someone would come eventually. Day 133, April 5th, 1943. Poon Lim was very thin. He had lost much weight. His skin was burned by the sun. He was weak. But he was still alive. Still moving. Still trying. That morning, he saw something on the horizon. A small sail. A fishing boat. He had no flares left. He waved his shirt. He jumped up and down.
The boat came closer. 3 Brazilian fishermen.
They stared at him in disbelief. A man alone on a small raft in the middle of the ocean. They pulled him aboard. They gave him water. They gave him food. They took him to Belém, Brazil. When Poon Lim arrived at the hospital, the doctors were amazed. 133 days on a raft, alone, in the Atlantic Ocean. He had lost weight, but he could still walk. He was not seriously ill. The British Royal Navy heard his story. They gave him a medal, the British Empire Medal. The U.S. Navy was so impressed that they used his survival techniques in their training materials. His methods taught sailors how to survive. When Poon Lim was finally rescued, he learned sad news. He was the only survivor of the SS Ben Lomond. All 54 other men had died. His captain, his friends, the whole crew. Gone. He had been alone on that raft, not knowing, hoping that perhaps others had survived. They had not. He was the last man from his ship. After the war, Poon Lim moved to England. He later moved to New York City. He became an American citizen in 1952. He worked on ships for many more years. He was never afraid of the ocean. He married, he had children, he lived a quiet, normal life. But his record remained. 133 days alone at sea on a raft. The Guinness World Record, still unbroken today. When people told him about his record, Poon Lim said simply, "I hope no one will ever have to break it." Now, let's review 5 important words from Poon Lim's story. Number 1, torpedo. A weapon fired from a submarine that travels underwater. A German submarine fired a torpedo at the ship. Number 2. Raft. A flat, floating platform, often used for survival at sea. Poon Lim found a small wooden raft in the ocean. Number 3. Bait. Food used to attract fish or animals. He used bird remains as bait to catch the shark. Number 4. Practical. Good at dealing with problems in a sensible way. Poon Lim was a practical man. He did not panic. And that is the incredible story of Poon Lim. 133 days alone on a raft. Sharks, storms, ships that didn't stop, and a world record that stands to this day. Could you catch a shark with your bare hands? Tell me in the comments. If this video helped your English, please subscribe and turn on notifications. Next Friday, a new B1 level survival story. Thanks for watching, and keep learning. See you Friday.